Hello, and thank you for being interested in the UIndy apartment communities. This video is going to talk about the leasing process and hopefully be able to answer any questions you may have before signing a lease with us. So let's get started. Things you will not find in this video. You will not find specific dates and times or prices, availability, or floor plans. For the dates, times, and prices, please look outside of this video. It should be on my UIndy under the housing tab to tell you when you can sign up. And it also should tell you our 3 prices in different phases. Availability and floor plans will only be able to be viewed at leasing events. So the first thing we want you to know is that you need to check your bill. Please get in contact with accounting or stop over in their office in Esch to make sure you are eligible for the apartment. Make sure that your financial aid or your loans will cover it because you will be financially responsible for the entire year's lease once you sign a lease. When can you sign your lease? Again, check my UIndy. There will be dates and times depending on your class status of when you can sign up for the apartments. How we do signups are first we do individuals who are re-signing their lease, and then we move to graduate students and seniors, then juniors, and then all qualifying after that. You need to check your status. If you are a senior, meaning that you currently have senior status, you have completed those amount of credits, not currently enrolled in those credits, but you have already completed those amount of credits, you'll be able to sign up during the second phase, for example, and so on. Junior as well, you have to have completed those amount of credits and your status needs to say junior in order for you to sign up during the junior days or senior days and so on. So please check your status so that you do not come during a time that we will not allow you to sign a lease. Pull in. So you may pull in a roommate with you if you are a resident re-signing. This individual needs to be someone from a different apartment community or residence hall community. It cannot be someone who is currently leased in the same building you are in. That would be classified as a transfer. So if you would like to do pull-in, that is during the time for re-signing. There will be a separate day for pull-in for you to bring your friends from other communities to sign a lease. Or if you want someone internally to move with you, they need to come on transfer day that we will talk a little bit about in the next slide. So transfer day. We will sign the first 20 people to transfer within their apartment community. So transfers are not from, example, College Crossing to Greyhound Village. That is a move out and move in date. So that means during those 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, you will have to find a place to stay over the summer and then move into the next building. But if you are moving, for example, in University Lofts from apartment 101 to apartment 103, that is considered a transfer. You need to come to transfer day and be one of the first 20 people in line. We do not do transfers internally inside a apartment. So what I mean by that is if you are apartment 101, you cannot move from 101A to 101B. If you want to do that, we can sign you, but you will have to move out of your apartment community and then move back in on move-in day. So again, you will have to cover the space in between for where you want to live during the summertime and then move back in to that same apartment, but a different room. That will not be considered a transfer. If your apartment is still available, once transfer day has completed, we will re-sign you for that spot if you want to resign your spot because you took a chance for transfer day. If your spot is not available, then we will have to work something else out with you. So what about pricing? You will see 3 different phases when you look on my UIndy. Phase 1 will cover the returning residents for the community. Phase 2 will cover pull-ins and transfers. And then phase 3 will cover all new leases. So when you look at our phases, make sure you look at the dates of when you get to sign and the dates that are running for that phase, so you can know what you're going to pay. After we have finished leasing events, all leases will be signed on an individual basis. So you will have to reach out to Residence Life or Student Affairs for them to direct you to the person who is going to be responsible to sign your lease with you individually outside of our events. So things that you should know. It is vital for you to understand your lease. In this video, we are covering a couple of things, but we are not covering everything. So please, please, please read your lease. We will send you the lease in advance if you want to cover it with your guardians or you want to read it over and highlight it, whatever you need to do. Once you sign, you are responsible for all clauses inside of that lease. Your lease covers the first and second semester. So it is an entire year's lease. You will not be able to break it. There's no cancellations. So please check with financial aid or accounting. If, for example, you're graduating, that does not cancel your lease. Or if you're withdrawing at semester, that does not cancel your lease. So you will be responsible to set up a payment plan with accounting to cover your lease. So that is why we ask you to check with financial aid to make sure that your aid, your loans cover the apartments, because once you sign, you are financially responsible. Damages are charged directly to you. It is different from the residence halls. If you break it, you buy it. So please know that we do quarterly inspections, and things that are broken that are not typical will be charged directly to you. Alcohol is allowed in the apartments if you are of age, but it is to be confined in your apartments, not on the balcony, not in the hallways. There is a mailing system in-house, which is a benefit. You will have a different address than the 1400 East Hannah Avenue. So make sure you speak with your front desk worker to figure out what your address now is once you sign a lease. The beds are full XL beds, but a lot of people just use queen size because of sheets and comforters, because it's not that far off. Just a tip. And then you do not have to purchase a meal plan if you live in an apartment. But however, some people do the 5 meal plans just to be able to get coffee, or they're running late, so they want to get breakfast or lunch. So consider doing a 5 meal plan or more if you're not really a cooker and won't utilize your kitchen space in the apartment. What you should know continued. You will be held to the student handbook as well as our apartment handbook that lists out a lot of things you can have and things you cannot have. Underage drinking, not allowed. Unapproved animals, not allowed unless you must get the animals approved through disability services. So please get them approved before bringing the animal to the apartment, or else there will be a fine associated with unapproved animals. No weapons, smoking, drugs, or disruptive behavior. We do not allow grills, no flags on the balcony. You cannot mount your TV, unfortunately, and you'll be able to find a lot more of what you can have and what you cannot have in your lease. So again, we stress for you to read it, to reach out to us, to get the lease in advance so you understand it fully. That is all we have for you. Hopefully it helped answer some of your questions. However, if you have more, please feel free to email reslife@uindy.edu or studentaffairs@uindy.edu, and we will be happy to answer your questions. We hope to see you in the apartment community.